Alright, hello everyone, it's Blazer here for another one of those Games I Bought video, and it's one up for October 2025. This one is very late. It's a very late one, I'm sorry. That's because I've been caught up on what games I've been doing, and I haven't been paying attention. And also one of those other reasons is that I wanted to get a controller that I wanted to put in for this segment. So I'm going to be showing it off here. So I'll explain why when I get to it. So yeah, so this one's going to be a late one. So I'm gonna talk about the games I bought. I give my thoughts on them. So, and yeah, I'm gonna try my hardest to make this as quick as I possibly can. So, let's start off with the PlayStation. Let's start off with what I got. The games I bought. So, I bought for the PlayStation 4. Back 4 Blood. This is a multiplayer game from Turtle Rock Studios, the developers behind the Left 4 Dead series. And this game is pretty much a successor to the Left 4 Dead series. It plays pretty much like Left 4 Dead. Has a similar premise. You're 4 survivors surviving the the zombie outbreak. Or the infected, or whatever. What are they called? They're called the Cleaners. You're playing 4 survivors called the Cleaners, and you're going up against the infected. And you got a variety of different locations to go through, with weapons, skills, and other stuff to go against the infected. There's both the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 version in this disc here. Yeah, I tried both of those, and I only played the first segment just to see this game working. And the game is okay. The game is not bad, but it's not the successor Left 4 Dead fans have been itching for. I'm going with that whole somewhat affected theme. The next game is Rainbow Six Extraction. This was one that always puzzled me every time I looked at this. I thought to myself, wait, Rainbow Six is getting like some kind of like an infected kind of game is sort of. Yeah, I found this one very weird. This is a game where it's a co-op game where you're trying to go up against an alien threat. More or less. And it utilizes some of the mechanics from a competitive Rainbow Six game, Rainbow Six Siege, where you can put up barriers and such. And you got different operators that have different attributes, different abilities, and different weapon loadouts. I only played the tutorials to see it working and to unlock my first trophy. And yeah, and there's a PlayStation 4 and 5 versions of this. The disc wasn't in properly. Oh, okay. And yeah, they had the Buddy Pass, where your friends can, where you can give a pass to your friend, and your friends can play with you. Yeah, I got it cheap, and yeah, nothing really too special about this one, honestly. And the last game which I bought is a Game Boy Color game, and it is Shrek Fairy Tale Freakdown. Sorry you can't see this very well. Here you go. Here you go. Shrek Fairy Tale Freakdown is a fighting game, one-on-one fighting game with characters from the movie Shrek, which only saw once. I'm not really into Shrek. I never was into it. Never enjoyed it. Never found it amusing or funny or whatever. But this was one of the games I found which I thought would be decent to pick up. So I saw it very cheap. But I know that Shrek Fairy Tale Freakdown is one of those heavily notorious Game Boy games that's often held as one of the worst games of all time, but it does have the novelty that you get to beat up Shrek, which is at least what I bought this game for, just so I could beat the crap out of Shrek, because I don't like Shrek. And it works pretty fine. I had no issues getting that game to work on my Game Boy Advance. And now we're on to the big meat of this video, and that's one of the things I've been focusing on are my new set of controllers. Now, one of the reasons I delayed this video to November was so I can get a working PlayStation 4 controller to use on my PlayStation Vita TV console. And I got this one. Now I got two of these now. So, two of these are what I've been hoping to get. And I tried this one out, and it worked pretty fine. I bought one previously, only for it to not, only that it had a dead battery and it didn't charge. But I did buy this one. I did eventually swap it for this one, and this one charges up. All the buttons work. So this is going to be my second main PlayStation Vita TV controller, alongside one other controller that I got, which is the V2 version. Right here. Here's the is the updated V2 version of the red DualShock 4, which I picked up a few months back. Looks really good. That one actually looks really neat. I actually really like the look of this one. And there's the standard DualShock 4 that came out back when the PS4 first came out. Both of these I tested work on the PlayStation 5, and then before then I started registering these onto my PlayStation Vita TV using this thing. I plopped this thing into there, and yeah, but then then I press and hold these two there for a few seconds, and then it immediately picked up on my charging station. So it all worked out. It all works, and I have no issue getting these to work. So I'm just gonna put DualShock 4 away. So I got all the two stick sets I got, and I'm gonna have a set of grips, extended triggers on the way to customize these, and also the other PS4 controller that I want to do, because I want to give my my PS4 controllers some, oh, you know, just some decorative and customization before I fully make these my main controllers for use on my PlayStation Vita TV console. So yeah, so that's one objective complete. So that more or less completes my PlayStation Vita TV gaming setup. Now next up is another piece that's added to my PlayStation 5 gaming setup, and that is the controller I've been wanting to get my hands on for a while. And that's the red colored DualSense. I've always wanted the red colored, the volcanic red colored DualSense, and now I got it. I've got it all customized and set up and ready for play. It works really well with my thumbsticks, with the anti-skid grips, the extended triggers, and the bumpers look good. And the stickers are also planted on there just for additional decoration. So this looks like a very neat setup I got there. Now the next thing I do need to get is for this thing is a back button attachment setup. And I've seen one of these on Amazon go for about £50, and I'm like, well, are you serious? The back button attachments are like £50? Well, I know they're like unofficially unlicensed by Sony. They're not like officially licensed product. But Jesus, yeah, those back button attachments are gonna have to be, well, may have to think about, like maybe for Christmas or something. Yeah, so that's gonna be my next thing I want to get for this controller. It's a back button attachment, and then this thing is ready for multiplayer play. So that's gonna be these controllers. These controllers work brilliantly. I have no current problems with them. They work flawlessly, and I can't wait to get on with do more professional gaming once I get a back button attachment for both of them. I've seen one for the PS4 go for about $40 or $50, but if I'm lucky to find one cheap, then I'll take the opportunity to purchase it. Because I want one for the PS4 as well, as long as one that's actually good. And I want one one back button attachment for the PlayStation DualSense. So that's going to be my current plan and goal and setup for this. And then after that, I got one more plan for the setup as well. One final piece of the gaming setup, and that's going to be over there. Now recently I sold one of my old PS4 headsets because it wasn't necessarily compatible with the PS5. So I figured I'd get one. So I'm going to think about getting a PlayStation 5 compatible headset to put on top of there to complete the setup. So, and otherwise, this PlayStation 5 setup is going magnificently well. And then after that, it'll be the searching for the best Pro PlayStation 5 controller, which I've looked at some options, and I'll eventually make the decision after I look a little bit further into some. Alright, so that's going to do it for the games I bought. Now, what have I accomplished in recently? I did finish I got a platinum trophy, one platinum trophy, which was on Code of Honor, which I did a game review of. Code of Honor what was it, Shooter of Warfare, I think it was called. Yeah, Code of Honor, Shooter of Warfare, which was originally by its name, get this, Call of Honor, Modern of Warfare, which was a Call of Duty ripoff. Yeah, if you didn't get, and if you think the title on this is laughable, yeah, that's when you know it's trying to be like a Call of Duty ripoff. And it was a really bad one. Like, it was so crap. Gun audio is shite. The gunplay is terrible. The maps are bad. The AI is horrendous. And the game design is so shite. It's so dog shite. Yeah, clearly the game is just an unfinished mess. And yet they sold it for like, I think over a tenner on PlayStation Store. And it's hard to believe that last year they sold it as a Nintendo Switch game. And wow. What a garbage game that was. And then there was another game I'm currently playing, well, at least trying to find people to play it. It's Feverdream Rainbow Chaser, which I'm working on the trophies for that game. But it's really difficult to find anybody playing it because that game has like a very dead player base, and very rarely you'll find any player actually playing it. And yeah, the best I was able to get out of it was like in one match, maybe 3, maybe 4 people join the match, and that's about it. It's just dead. There's gameplay footage of it on my channel, on my YouTube channel, for you to check out if you want. As while we're on the subject of YouTube, I also did some clips of Splitgate in its peer-to-peer gaming state, where I've done videos on the online multiplayer of Splitgate 1 in the peer-to-peer state. Yeah, because if you remember back in August, the game's dedicated online server shut down, and while the game is still playable in the peer-to-peer state, the online play in the peer-to-peer state is just horrendous at times. As in, like, it lags to shit. And almost at times when I get kicked out of the server when I join in. So yeah, and I got one more Splitgate 1 video that I'm going to work on, and after that, that's it. I'm done with Splitgate 1, and I'm moving on to the sequel, Splitgate 2, where I'll eventually finally start uploading videos of Splitgate 2. It's been a long time coming, but I put that game videos off for a very long time, and I think now is a really good time to really start getting the online matches of Splitgate 2 going. Because my hard drive on my PC and my PS5 is getting flooded with Splitgate 2 clips, and I need to really start thinking of uploading them. So now is going to be my next plan. Work on one more Splitgate 1 video. Show off them going on to Splitgate 2. So, look forward to that. So that is going to be it. So for this video, for now, my next plan now for November is to start saving up my money for the final purchases I want for this month, and then eventually I'll start working on a Christmas list, in which I've really got a bit of a complicated choice here of what to go for. But I'll try and make this easier on myself before I eventually release it. And who knows, I'll work on more reviews, some more videos, and some other stuff. So that's gonna do it for this video. I know it was a bit of a short one. I just wanted this one done, dusted and out of the way, and also to show off that I picked up a new, and also to give a bit of an insight on my my current gaming setup. So that's going to go up, so that's going well. So hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Be sure to give it a comment, like, and subscribe, and check out some of my other stuff that I do on my YouTube and Gamespot channels for all my game reviews and my video content. So I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.